Don't blame me. Not the recording button monkey. I kind of am the recording button monkey.
Or you could be the recording button rabbit.
There is that. You could be that too.
So, the podcast is happening, yay.
Hey, we're here.
When did you press the button?
I think it was a "Don't blame me" monkey thing. It's when, yeah. That's a snake. That is neither monkey nor rabbit. So,
but it's still part of the zodiac.
Podcast is happening, whether that's a good idea or not. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm Casey. We have basically everybody. I'm gonna message Kenshi and find out what's happening with him next week. Yeah. So yeah, zero's here.
Welcome to the podcast. Are you having a good day? I am happy you are having a good day.
I feel like you weren't even listening to my answer.
I feel like your mic cut out really ironically. Are you having a good and then just nothing?
Are you having a good day?
Having a good day. No. I wanted to continue singing Queen.
No,
okay.
No, we're not.
Patience here.
We're not continuing that.
Patience here.
Hello, Patience is here.
Yes. He is here.
Hello,
we promise.
Everyone.
There he is.
And Slice is here.
Hello. I am here and awake. Shockingly.
Yay. Slicer is all might. Woo.
Woo. You know, even though the series went to shit, I'm so glad that fanfiction is still good, mostly.
I don't know what he's talking about.
My Hero.
Is he talking about Naruto? I feel like he's talking about Naruto.
He's probably talking about Naruto.
The main series of Naruto will always be good. It's fine. Even if Boruto is... I don't know if it's good or bad. I haven't really looked into it.
I feel like I saw a thing that was like from the anime, and it was Bort telling his dad that things are different now. It's not like your lame generation.
I don't know if that's a meme or if it's a real thing. I could see both of them happening.
Like, it was part of a meme because the next panel, it was framed like a comic. The next panel was like Naruto going, "Listen here, you little shit." So, it was one of those.
Fair enough.
But it was pretty set like it was just straight up a subtitle of an episode. It was just literally the line. I don't know. I feel like it would be on brand for that show. Just like, hey, we're new and better than that old crappy show that all you guys loved a lot, so if you could watch this new show, that'd be great.
Watch it now, give us money.
Yeah, so... I've got nothing to talk about.
I watched a movie, but I don't remember what it was called, and now I'm trying to find what it was.
That's pretty bad if you don't even remember what it's called.
I enjoyed it, but the name was just like one of those names that doesn't stick in your mind.
I'm offended on behalf of this film that you remembered Mulan more than it.
I remember Rage more than like, oh, that was an okay movie. You know?
Has anyone done anything?
Yeah, I DM'd yesterday.
Oh,
Cool. I forget
So
whether
that
you
went
have a lot of experience doing that.
Not much. I've DM'd one game of Pathfinder like 2 years ago.
Hmm.
So it went pretty well, actually. In the first encounter, I gave my monsters too much health, so combat took like 2 hours.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't like a slog or anything. Everyone definitely had their own turn, their moment to shine, that kind of thing. But I had other stuff planned, and we didn't get to it. So
Combat is usually going to take a long time, especially like depending on how many players you have.
yeah, I had 8. So
You had 8 players?
yeah, which is a little more than I wanted, but
Dude,
yeah.
that's gonna take a long time. I
Yeah, well,
ran games with like my current games have like 5 and 4 players. At one point there were 7 players, and 7 was already too much.
yeah. Well, 6 people sat down at my table, and they went around and introduced said what they were, and they were all spellcasters. So
Yes!
I'm like, oh no, I planned a lot of monsters that hit really hard. Okay. And so I walked over to a nearby table, and there were 2 guys playing Magic who normally play D&D, and they both played barbarians. So that helped a lot. The people would have died if they had not been playing.
What type of monsters were you using?
Let's see. The first encounter was undead warlock and 5 various undead types of minions.
Mm-hmm.
And then a armed sentinel and 3 shield sentinels backing him up in the second encounter.
Okay. Doesn't sound too bad.
No, it wasn't really too bad. The damage output wasn't crazy high, but they were CR 4 and 5 monsters.
What level were your characters?
7.
Yeah, that seems like that's just going to be a matter of everybody has to do their turn, and with spellcasters, turns take longer because
They can, yeah.
Because if you're playing a barbarian, the simple solution is I hit them.
But yeah, the barbarians were playing odd subtypes, so they were doing like passive fire and ice damage, and when they raged, they had different effects.
Mm-hmm.
Playing, but it was interesting, and it did make their stuff take a little bit longer than normal. I know fighter turns take a while now because they have multiple attacks and maneuvers and such. But since there was one guy playing I forget what it's called, sword dancer,
Yeah.
sword singer, I think. Yeah, and he only had 1 attack, so his turn actually was one of the fastest, even though he was like 5 levels of wizards and 2 fighter. Something like that.
My Saturday game has a wizard, a warlock, a cleric, and then 2 monks.
Huh. Okay.
And the 2 monks play very differently. One's a Kensei, one's Way of the Open Palm, and the Kensei one is themed himself after a Jedi and took a little bit of mystic as well.
Oh, the Blade Singer is actually a Jedi. He uses his history stat as a force roll.
Mm-hmm. And so the one who takes the longest, the obviously like the spellcasters take way longer than the monks because monks are like, I'm a hit. And even our Jedi friend can just, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But then, the warlock has limited spell slots, so it's just like, oh, I want to use a spell. Which spell should I use? Oh no, I'm just like, just Eldritch Blast. Just do your bread and butter. Just attack. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Just because it's expected doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah. And then the wizard and the cleric are just like, we have so many spells. We're so high leveled now. What do we do?
That's honestly, if that becomes an actual problem, you got to talk to your players about, like, no, you have to plan your turn ahead of time. This is getting a little tiresome.
It's never gotten really bad or anything.
That's good.
It's just that sometimes, um, when they're in a difficult situation, we're just gonna slow down and take some time to figure it out.
That's fair.
But
I think the person that actually took the longest in the game was there's a older guy that comes in and he plays a
Mhm.
monk who he just names after himself. He's just Patrick the monk. And he only has one set of dice, so whenever he has advantage, he has to roll it twice, and he already barely knows how to play, so it takes him a while. But I
Good
mean,
job, Monk.
it's an old guy playing D&D. I mean, that's pretty kick-ass, so I'm completely
Yeah.
okay with that.
Well, did everybody have fun?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to. We ran over, so everyone kind of left in a hurry, but we did finish things up to a degree. But it seemed I
So,
had enough fun to do it again.
okay, so you want to do this as like a ongoing campaign, or was that like just a one shot?
It was just a one shot. We just didn't finish the last combat encounter I had planned.
Mm.
Well, combat and RP, depending on how the players run it. So
Well, that's
I
fun.
might add on to it a little bit, and then still have that be the finale.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I've done a couple one shots before, and they're always pretty fun. I remember one of my friends did a one shot that was themed after Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Okay.
taking place during the Korra times, and I got to play an old man with a spear who knew airbending, and that was fun.
Oh, okay. I can see that working well.
Yeah, it's always fun just to do one shots to build experience, because it was that guy's first time DMing as well, and you tend to learn a lot from your one shots of like, oh no, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I think with the thing that you should always take into consideration with combat is, obviously, like, enemies and their placement is probably key,
Yeah.
because typically what happens is that you end up with all the enemies just kind of grouped together, and it just ends up being a slugfest.
Mm-hmm.
Not careful.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, unless they have a unique ability of some form, there's really no reason to have them do anything but just stand and deliver, pretty much.
But you eventually learn, like, okay, this enemy's going to disengage and go here, and you have environmental things set up that they can interact with, if it's in their territory.
Mm-hmm. I did one lesson I've learned as a player at the shop, and it was really reinforced as a DM, was you gotta have more than one monster. A bad trait that some of the DMs have at the shop is that they'll throw one superpowered monster at the group.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's great when when its turn rolls around. It can do some big numbers and all, but not unless it's stun locked to death, which happens every time. So I am proud of the fact that I did throw a number of monsters relatively equal to the number of players at them. So everyone was in danger, basically.
It's fun to overwhelm them with enemies that are significantly weaker, and then they get that feeling of satisfaction of, I took down a ton of enemies,
Oh, yeah. That is...
It's that Dynasty Warriors Muso style, just joy.
Right, just mowing through people. Have an encounter that's just a lot of things.
I found that if you're going to do an encounter with just one enemy, that enemy needs to have a lot of mechanics.
Yeah, mechanics, legendary actions, immunities, or even just resistances, honestly.
Because the last boss that the players in my Saturday game fought was basically invincible for unless that they used, because of dragon. When they used their breath attack, they became vulnerable for a few turns, and so they had to bait out the breath attacks, and one person had a way to block those breath attacks as long as they were in front of the dragon and had their shield out. So it was a lot of positioning, and they had a lot of fun with that.
I can see how that would make people, feel engaged. They have to, think.
Yeah, turning the fights into a puzzle is really how you deal with the single boss sort of thing. Because if you just do big numbers, it's going to be boring.
Yeah. I had my armed sentinel had 5 AC for every shield guardian that was still alive. So
That's fun.
It was pretty fun to watch my players go like, I rolled a 28. Do I hit it? And then say no.
That's mean. I like it.
It took them a couple players to figure out what. I don't think they actually ever figured it out. They just targeted the weaker enemies, and because whenever they would kill one, I would always specify, okay, some armor plates fell off the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when they started the combat, the big armored sentinel was actually on the ceiling of the room, and they killed one of the shield guardians before it had a turn. So I had some armor plates actually fall on them and do a little bit of damage.
Oh, that's fun.
I tried to give away the secret of that combat as subtly as I could, but yeah, some figured it out and some didn't. So that was nice. That was probably the best you can aim for, really. I mean, some players just don't care.
I remember there was one enemy I had, and it was a Death Knight, and it had 4 undead with it that were connected to it by these sort of like energy sort of tendrils. And the undead that were surrounding it would not die as long as the Death Knight was up. So it was a very reverse thing of don't try to kill the ads, kill the boss first.
Oh, okay. So he was keeping them up, basically.
Yes.
That's interesting. I might have to do that with that encounter where there's going to be more enemies than there are players.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to hear you had fun.
Yeah, it was nice. I was pretty nervous about it, honestly, for many reasons.
Yeah. Eventually, though, once you've DM'd a bit, you feel confident in what you can just improvise and what you have to plan, and it becomes sort of like a second nature sort of thing.
Oh, I actually almost forgot the players were summoned by a wizard in the beginning. I had them describe their character and a brief description of them, so the enemies would be able to glance at them and realistically be able to tell what they were. And so at the end of their little spiel of what their character was doing, a little RP moment for them, I had them roll dex saves, and they had to roll a nat 20, and if they rolled a nat 20, they wound up in a tunnel, and then they got hit by a train. So they were railroaded. Otherwise, they just blacked out. Because railroading has been a bit of a problem at the shop, so I tried to make a joke out of it. And it turns out the players were summoned by a very powerful wizard, and he sounded like Mickey Mouse, and I actually maintained a voice for the entire fucking game. So
that's
I was debating on giving him a silly voice because he was a gnome, but and it worked. I managed it. So that was a lot of fun, actually, was to play characters. I didn't expect that to be fun. I thought that was going to be like a chore, but no, giving people a silly voice and character is fun.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
But I think I honestly, aside from that, I haven't done much this week. I got some games. I have a Doom collection, so it's like every game from Doom 2016 backward.
Oh wow!
And so been playing actually Doom 2016 right now, and I got Titanfall 2, which I beat already. The campaign only lasted like 4 hours. It's not a very big campaign, but I guess it's a multiplayer focused game, so that makes sense. But even just playing that one game, I'm actually kind of looking forward to Titanfall 3 if that ever happens. That was fun. It was only $5, which means I'm not really upset about it only being a couple of hours of playtime. So if anyone wants a fun couple hours, hey, $5. And I got Batman. It's Return to Arkham, so it's the first 2 Batman games. I'm gonna play that later.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if it'll be good. I don't know if I'll enjoy it, but figured I'd give it a try.
The first two was in Asylum and City.
I believe that's the two. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The good ones, basically.
Oh, is Night not good, or whatever the third one is?
If you really like the Batmobile, apparently it's okay.
Ah, I see. Fair enough. The Batmobile one. I thought that was more of a open city exploring thing.
It is an open city exploring thing in the Batmobile.
Right. Is the second game more of a... Because I remember all the Riddle tokens, or people talking about all the Riddler statue things.
The second game is straight up just the first game, only bigger and with more stuff in it. So, yeah.
All right, then. Well, fair enough. Well, I look forward to playing them, then. Which is not totally unexpected. I guess I'm not the biggest Batman fan, but it's not like I hate him or anything. Just, yeah. The memes got a little much. I'm the goddamn Batman thing.
Yeah. Batman's one of those characters that's sort of been through the ringer and has been squeezed of literally everything.
Yeah.
I'm not. I saw that trailer for the new Batman movie.
You mean the Batman?
The Batman. And I'm like, I don't know.
They're going to say the line in it, probably.
I don't know about that idea there. You sure about that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be worse, is my opinion after the last attempt. Also, I feel like after The Batman, we're going to have Kill the Batman is going to be the next film.
Well, we had the Joker, then we have the Batman, and then we have the Poison Ivy.
The Mr. Freeze.
That sounds like something you get at a gas station. I want to get the Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the Riddler?
The Riddler. the Penguin. Just sounds like you have a stutter at some point.
Pretty much, yeah.
The Penguin. He's gonna fight the Batman. Yeah.
So that's my week, as it were.
Yeah. I guess we could talk about the other games that were announced in that oeuvre.
May as well, yeah.
Which I feel like this was a couple weeks ago, but whatever, it's fine. The fucking Gotham Knights, which is the Arkham games but worse, and you're playing as the Bat Kids.
Oh, yeah, okay. I saw a preview for that while I was at GameStop.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
It looks interesting enough. Interesting enough to give it a shot.
I hope it's good. I want Batman stuff to be good. I like Batman. I'm wearing a Batman shirt right now.
Play the Arkham game. Like, have you played them before?
No. That's why I got them. Because I haven't played them.
Play them and try and really get to grips with the combat system. And if you look at the trailer for Gotham Knights again, you might understand why Gotham Knights is not going to be that great.
I mean, isn't it just the basic melee counter thing, Assassin's Creed?
It makes it look like it is. There are differences that you'll notice after playing the original. Yeah, it's not going to be as good, which is a shame, because I would totally have been, like, when I saw it at first, I would totally have been down for a game that was basically you can play as Batgirl for the entire game. I would have been cool with that. That would have been great. The Red Hood, fucking whatever. Nightwing's pretty cool, I guess. Tim Drake can eat shit, I don't care. But, you know, there were two characters in there that I was kind of excited to play as. and the other two can pound dirt. I don't care, but it could have been really cool, and it looks like it won't be, and that's disappointing. So, oh well. And then there was Suicide Squad, which is the actual Rocksteady game, which is the Arkham guys. And that, I don't know what that looks like, but it looks more fun than the Suicide Squad movie. So
Let's go kill the Justice League.
Again, yeah, that's a downside, but still.
Guys, what if Superman was evil?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be novel?
Hey, Justice, how you doing over there?
How's it going, Brightburn? You doing good? Red Sun, you need a juice box? Yeah, I'll get you a juice box. So, yeah, they're doing that again, but maybe they're having fun with it. It looks like they're going to try and have fun with it and be less self-serious as all of those other things we mentioned were.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
Might be fun.
Yeah. I like the cast. The cast were good. They were fun, and I like the banter. And King Shark is basically just... Was he named Jax from Guardians of the Galaxy? The serious guy that takes everything literally?
Drax,
that was it. Yeah, he was very similar to Drax. So
it'll be fun.
Could be fun. Who knows? It might end up being a game I would watch before I would play, because I don't care about co-op games, and that is going to be a co-op style game. But, you know, fine. So, anyone else? Anyone want to spend another 40 minutes bitching about Mulan?
I mean,
Good.
probably
Someone
good.
linked to like a Disney board meeting thing video.
Yeah, the screen rant
Discord.
thing.
I haven't seen it yet. It's in waiting until we're done.
It's basically everything we said last week about it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we really hit it on the head.
Yeah.
A lot of the issues.
It's just I don't want to get started again. I just gotta cut myself off there.
You just sum it up and say bad. I mean, it's just bad.
It's bad.
Sorry that wasn't the 40 minutes you wanted, Casey, but
Dang. I feel cheated.
I also did some Dungeons and Dragons DMing, and we got because I'm DMing 2 games is kind of fun, because one game they're in a section of the world that is slightly themed off of or pretty heavily themed off of Norse mythology, but with my own sort of twists and stuff on it, because it's my original world. And they went to the land of the dead, which is called Einvehel. And to their surprise, it's a very chill place. Nothing was trying to kill them there.
Everything's
well,
dead.
yeah. I mean, unless it's designed as a place of punishment, the land of the dead is probably not going to be that bad.
Pretty much just a place where everyone's sad because they're dead, and that's about it.
They were very friendly, very happy to see new people, all the dead there.
Yeah. Be a nice change
Makes
of pace.
sense.
And then everybody was like, everybody's so friendly here. Can we just not leave? Can we just retire and stay here?
Yes. Yes, you
I
can.
feel like that.
Would you like to know how?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something the NPCs there would want, and that's maybe the secret of the area or whatever. Is like, yeah, you don't get to leave. Enjoy being here.
I mean, they can leave, but if they decide to, stay, then they can't ever leave.
So the land of the dead is secretly the Hotel California.
Essentially, yes. That was the song was playing in my head as I said that.
And because like the last couple of sessions in that game, they've fought against awful things and have come close to death for almost the entirety of that game. Actually, it's a very difficult game, and now they get their a place to rest, and they're like, let's just stay. That was just the joke that was going around. That was pretty fun. And the other game, they went to a dying world and got to see a place that's not post-apocalypse, but like literally just the end of everything.
Was it called Earth?
No, but we're getting close. Too depressing. Too depressing. No,
I feel bad. That was the thing I was bitching about like 2 weeks ago, and it's just like, yeah.
It's really hard.
And it was very, very interesting to have 2 sessions like that in a week and seeing the difference of how people are reacting and how they're dealing with this. Because in the second one, they're high-level characters, like all level 17, and they're trying to go to this place to, number one, deal with a interdimensional threat that, if they succeed here, will go to their world and then ruin it in the same way, and also retrieve something that can help save their world from collapsing.
Wait, you said if they succeed, as in like...
If they defeat the thing that caused this world to die.
Huh.
The world is still going to die. It's too far along, but if they defeat the thing...
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying if they killed it, it would go back to their home dimension, so their only solution was to die.
No. They're going to another world that is ending, defeating the big bad there, and retrieving an item which can help prevent their world from suffering the same fate.
Gotcha.
So that's fun. I got tricked, kind of lured, I guess, into loading up Pokemon Masters again.
Ooh.
Because they added in Lucamine from Pokemon Sun and Moon and Lily, and those 2 characters are great. And I wanted to roll with them with the free stuff they gave me, because they gave me a ton of free stuff for their anniversary. And I got 2 copies of Lucamine on my first roll, and that was pretty good.
That's sweet.
And then you put it down again, just like you did for Cynthia.
Not
and
yet.
Then you put it down again, just like you did for Cynthia.
They added a lot of stuff to it.
0.
I don't have to unlock moves on every individual character anymore. They come with all their moves already unlocked. There's a massive rebalancing to the game that happened, which is nice.
Okay.
I'll probably put it down again once they stop giving me free stuff.
Is it actually a fun game again? I say again.
Oh yeah, I've been enjoying it. Because they've done things like, for example, if you have 3 characters of the same type, then you get a type bonus, which is nice. You have these like individual sync grids, which you use to upgrade characters and their specific moves. It is possible to just use items to give characters what is, in terms of FGO, like an NP level. You can just use items for that you can save up for, instead of having to get other copies of the characters. And tons of events. And they added in a whole Pokemon League sort of mode where you can go up against the champion and the Elite Four. That's meant to be very difficult content, and some characters can now go to a 6-star EX mode. That you can get the materials for that by doing the Pokemon League and hard mode and stuff, like end game content.
Mm.
They added a lot.
You're gonna put it down tomorrow.
Probably. As it is right now, it is a thing that I can do when I am out of AP in FGO.
You're gonna put it down tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yep.
Because there's a massive FGO event that starts tomorrow.
Yep. Where everyone just plays constantly for like 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or is it 1 week? It could be 1 week. That would be bad.
Is there enough things in the event to keep you actually playing? I assume Fate Go is something with a stamina system, so...
This is basically the event where you use all of the things that give you extra stamina. That you save them up for this, and then you use them all in this one, 2 week span.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Because it gives so much stuff that, it gives more stuff than every other event. And once you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
For a while.
I think Mint did it and overdid it last year, and he's basically been set for the entire time since.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's the lottery event.
Yeah,
where you get all these things from these lottery boxes, like currency.
It sounds like it's actually a lottery. It's not. It's just there is a box that has, I think it's 300 prizes in it, and you get tickets, and it's just a currency that you get during the event. And if you get a prize, then that prize is taken out of the box, and you just keep going until you get everything in the box. So it's not really a lottery. It's just get all of the things, and then it starts a new box. Get all of the things again, over and over and over and again, ad infinitum.
Huh. Okay, that sounds fine. Honestly, I know a lot of gacha is disgusting, but that's not bad.
It's going to help because a lot of people, what they tend to run into is a limit on certain resources like skill gems and the currency. And so by having an event that gives both of those things, and a lot of them, people tend to be good on leveling and maxing out their characters, and then can just save for whatever else they want. And then this is not the only lottery we're having, because there's going to be another one for Christmas that is going to be unlimited, and then a rerun which is going to be limited. Yeah. So, big events.
Well, I'm glad you guys will have something fun to do. Hopefully it's fun.
It's one of those things where you find something else to do while you're playing.
Like watching season 2 of ReZero.
Finding something
really
to watch
good.
would be a good example, yes.
It's really good.
Finding something good to watch might be a better option, but
I'm sorry that you're wrong.
Are you stealing my lines?
Ow.
That's fine, you could borrow.
Sorry.
That's good.
Mike.
I'm pretty sure we've all stolen each other's lines from doing this podcast for so long.
I mean,
Probably.
aside from that... Anyway.
Yeah. That's a long-running one, and I don't even know who started it. I think we all did.
Couldn't even guess. Patient, how you doing? You good?
It would be better if I didn't have work tomorrow. And if said work wasn't requiring me to cover at one of the busiest and most short-staffed branches that we have.
They're still letting you do that?
Yeah, funny thing, they put in the new rules saying that people couldn't cover anymore. No one listened. No one cares.
Well, of course not.
It's coverage or shut down the branch.
Yeah.
And they're not shutting down the branches. So yeah, I have to drive about an hour in the morning to get to this branch.
I mean, if you're getting paid drive time, then I guess that's
I'm
fine.
not.
But
If they
yeah,
don't pay us for going out during our work hours on our own to solicit at other businesses, if they don't reimburse us for gas then, what makes you think they'll reimburse us for driving to work?
that's
Yeah.
fair. I assumed you'd earn some kind of travel pay.
Ha
Something.
ha, no.
Yeah.
I feel like
I guess
this would
that's
be a
more of
good
a.
spot to have like an Audible sponsorship if we got sponsorships.
Yeah.
Bored on the drive to work? Patient recommends. Then he would say some good book, I imagine.
Actually, that's a good point. Do you like listen to anything when you're on your new, much longer commute?
Mostly the radio.
That's fair. Is that a
As for the
anything else
past
happened?
rather than the future, I watched the full first season of Assassination Classroom this week.
Oh,
Wow.
I've
Random, but all
read
right.
the manga. I don't know how good is the anime. What do you say?
Quite delightful. Had me howling with laughter at several points.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Cool.
E.
Don't know how different it is from the manga, though.
I'd have to see. I haven't I dropped off the manga like pretty far into it, so I never saw it. I think the manga finished.
Why'd you drop off it?
I don't remember actually. I think it was the plot got pretty convoluted at some point. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a long-running series, that tends to happen, unfortunately.
Wasn't the premise of Assassination Classroom that there was a teacher that was an eldritch abomination and the kids wanted to kill it?
Yes.
That I don't know how that would get complicated, but okay.
The teacher's an alien, and he's going
No,
to
the teacher's not an alien.
or eldritch monster, what have you. He says he's an alien. Yeah, I remember now.
Okay, he says on the first episode that he was an Earthling.
Well, that's
I
kind of the
don't remember
point,
that
is that he's playing the part.
Yeah, I don't quite remember it as well as I probably should. I guess it's been a long time. I might be willing to go back to and watch the anime though.
All right, let me
Just
give
to
a
refresh myself.
small description on it.
Go for it.
You have this giant yellow octopus-like creature who is. We start the series off with the moon being blasted so that 70% of it is gone, and it's stuck in a permanent crescent from there on. Then he shows up at Class E of a Japanese high school and decides that he wants to teach their class. He's planning on destroying the Earth when graduation comes around, but until then, he's going to be a teacher for these students. And consequently, the Ministry of Defense is tasking the students with assassinating him before graduation, with the promise of 10 billion yen if they succeed. And the main issue is not only that is the teacher very fast, chopping out at Mach 20, and can regenerate from any damage done to him rather quickly, but he's also an exceptional teacher. Like, you only dream of having a teacher this good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything but Ruby jokes since you said it blew up the moon.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining Yang as the fucking teacher. That's not good.
Jesus. Teachers are supposed to be patient and not punch their students in the face. ideally.
Ask Zero about whether teachers should punch students in the face. See what he has to say.
Zero, have you ever socked a child?
I remember the
That's
Super
not a good
Beast
way to
cast.
start the answer to that question.
The Castle Super Beast podcast said that every teacher should get one. I'm in agreement with that statement.
I feel like every teacher is in agreement with you. Everyone who's ever taught students or children.
Like,
You get one.
Every teacher should get one per class to lay down the law.
And that way the student's like, oh, you're getting transferred into that class. Well, he hasn't cashed his in yet. Be careful.
You still got that hit.
That reminds me, the thing about the class that he's teaching, these students are already ostracized due to their 4 grades.
Ah, okay.
As in, actively ostracized.
Yeah, that's Japan.
Yeah.
As in, they have a small, rundown building on top of a mountain with no air conditioning that they go to while everyone else attends the normal campus.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's Japan.
Are you serious?
No, but yeah. Okay.
Guess that's just Japan for you. Oh, Japan.
That school does exist. There is just a random guy living there now, and he turned the principal's office into like a music room where he jams with his friends. God, that was a fun video. I think I posted that somewhere.
I believe you did, yeah. I didn't watch it, but I saw it posted.
It was pretty cool. Just like a school in like the most rural part of Japan where there is nothing, like it's just mountain sprawls of like wildlife and nature, and it's just all of the kids grew up in this town, so there's no need for a school anymore. So some guy just rocked up one day and was like, I'm gonna live here. So he did, and he turned like one of the classrooms into a cafe. And he brews coffee as a hobby.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, why not? Like, no one seems to mind, and it's kind of almost a tourist attraction at that point, so, yeah. It's a weird thing. I'm gonna feel really bad when the government shows up and is like, hey, no. And he has to leave.
Unless they have a use for that land, I don't know if they would they care?
I mean, if it's a school, then it's technically government property, isn't it? I don't know how Japan would work on that sort of thing.
I have to assume that it would be, yeah. I mean, it's a government-run thing initially, so unless their school is privatized.
I don't know. Yeah, so I don't have anything to talk about, really. I
got nothing.
I started that quest up again. It's running, kind of. I'm writing the next update for it currently. Yay.
My parents are happy that football is back.
I started reading a Konosuba story that I don't know if I want to fully recommend it, but it seems interesting so far. I could recommend that. Or talk about it, I suppose. I'm just going to go ahead with that. That was enough of approval for me. Okay. It's called...
yeah, okay. I'll do it then.
called The Sociopath... fuck, what is that called? I'm like halfway through a chapter. There we go. A Sociopath in This Wonderful World by...
Oh, no.
It's actually really well done about Kazuma's mentality. He is a sociopath, and his viewpoint of his teammates is pretty close to canon because they're all idiots, but they're more tools to him at this point. And so he has no shame about like demanding Megumin learn other spells or she's out of the party. And he goes through with that decision, and I think it takes for like a day to crack and come back. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not too far into it, but it's nice to see Kazuma that's willing to put his foot down, even if it's because he's really fucked up in the head and casually thinks about murdering everyone.
I think the author needs a little bit of help.
There's always one of those stories, where a writer gets frustrated enough at the canon characters that they just like, fuck everything. Just screw it all. Who cares?
I see that happening a lot in Harry Potter fanfiction, with having the main character just lash out a lot more. Just being a bit more of a
rebellious teenager
person.
Yeah, person.
Harry Potato. That's all I have to say.
That video was really good.
You're a wizard, Harry. You are a wizard. That's what I think of when I think of Harry Potter.
Okay.
You ever saw that video?
No, it's
You're a wizard, Harry.
All you did was quote a line that's in the books and film.
Okay, no. I'm a what? You are a wizard. Oh gosh, you haven't seen that?
No. I mean,
like,
you can link
you're
it
not
if
really
like.
distinguishing
I'm
it
not
at
familiar with that one
all
either.
from just the books.
It's a classic. It's a classic Gmod like awful.
My brand.
He's keeps saying you're a wizard, and Harry's like, I'm a what? I'm not a wizard. Yeah, you're a wizard, Harry. And it's hilarious.
I feel like the humor isn't translating particularly well.
It's like it's from all the way from 2012. It's an old thing that's just stupid and funny.
Oh, I feel like it wasn't actually funny in the first place. There we go. That's why. That makes sense. It's 2012.
I'm sorry your sense of humor is bad.
You were like 10 when that came out.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't born in 2002. Be exact, I would have been 17.
You were 12 when that came out.
I was going to say, we're all like, how old are you? I think you're the youngest person here, Zero.
25.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say anyone below 25 is probably going to think that's a baby. In fact, you probably more than us, since you are a teacher. I assume you see children as even more immature.
So, Casey, you think that humor in general released back then wasn't good?
I think internet humor was a lot more
stupider.
Basic was the word I was going to use, and often landed on the, comedy staple of, hey, it's the part of it where it's unexpected that makes it funny, which is where the whole lol so random thing came from and didn't die for like 10 years. Which is 10 years longer than it should have taken. So,
the funniest part about this isn't even what they're saying. It's the delivery of how they're saying it.
I like trains.
Exactly. It's on the delivery, and like there's a difference between that and like LOL random banana taco. It's always food when they do LOL random. You ever notice that?
Jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? There you
go. Okay, stop.
There you go. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Fucking deafened himself. That's fair. That's fair. That is a fair response, is what that is.
Yeah.
You're good, patient. It's fine. Fucking
The bad man
internet
has
now.
stopped hurting people.
Any
On the
other
one-
recommendations this week?
On the one hand, I'm so glad the internet grew up, but on the other hand, the internet grew up into a pretentious douche nozzle that thinks is just talking about problems fixes them. So
Everybody
basically, the
thinks
internet
there's so
is like
much-
in its early 20s. What were you saying?
Everybody on the internet thinks they're so much smarter than they are. Everybody's so like, well, actually, you know.
What I was saying was, do any of us have any other recommendations this week?
Yeah. I recommend food.
Goblin Slayer episode 5 came out like this morning, so if anyone was waiting on that,
Episode
that's a good
5?
one. Goblin Slayer Abridged 5. Sorry.
Oh, right. I was going to say, that's
Yay!
taking a long time to come out, but yeah.
Goblin Slayer Bridge is hilarious.
Is it
It's
actually
good.
good, or
Just-
is it good for, like, internet content?
No, it's actually good. Also, this episode marks they've kind of inched their toes into being a transformative work at this point. But this episode is where it went from purely humor to like it's actually being serious about some things. So that was actually really nice to see.
Cool.
I enjoy when the big goblin man yells about goblins.
He does a lot of that. That's not gonna not happen.
Yep.
We also find out that when he doesn't have his helmet on, he sounds completely different. So that was fun.
That makes sense.
Less of a raving lunatic and more of a just kind of a chill dude.
Goblins.
Yeah. Less of that and more like goblins.
Oh, that's really great.
I feel like we've run out of things to talk about.
We have.
I mean, we kind of did before, and you wanted to keep it going, so
Patreon.
Sorry?
Patreon.
We did that, didn't we?
I think we did it last week.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
In that case,
I guess that's an episode.
yeah, I think
About
it's
it
time
being
for us to
short, but
ascend.
we just don't... Well, it's not actually short. It's like 58 minutes, so it's fine. Cool. Yeah.
been an hour. That's good.
So, yeah. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Low key as it was. Kind
I'll
of
try to-
miserly on my part.
I'll try to be more interesting because this is like 2 weeks in a row that I've done nothing.
Yeah.
What is there to do when the
That's
world is like this?
That's a fair point. I don't really particularly feel bad about it, but yeah,
I
couldn't hurt to try.
The world is
I'm
pregnant,
just-
and we're pretty sure it's trying to tell us it's a girl.
Oh, on Friday,
Yeah.
the Mario 3D All Stars collection comes out.
Oh right, that piece of shit that they time locked.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting it.
I feel
That
like you
does
shouldn't
remind me,
reward that kind of practice, but all right.
The gaming shop has having a little contest where you submit a video, like 30 seconds of like describing what Mario means to you as a series, and they're gonna have a Mario Party on Friday.
A
That's
Mario
They're
Party.
gonna have a
fun.
what?
A party that's Mario themed,
Oh.
which is gonna have Mario Party at it as one of the things.
Which
I
one?
feel like that's required.
Any of them that people want to play, they have all. I think all of them.
So
Through various people
anything
bringing
but
it
10 and
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, I think they're gonna ignore that one.
Yeah.
I
But
am really
yeah, they're
excited.
giving away a free copy of that, whatever it's called.
3D All Stars.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm really excited for November because I get more Breath of the Wild content. Yay.
Woo.
Hyrule Warriors.
I'm excited for November because that's probably when Hades is going to release finally. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, wake me up when September ends.
Boo.
Da, 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 da.
End the podcast now. Free us from this purgatory. Wake me up when September ends.
So yeah, podcast is over. Discord is public in the description. Also Patreon, if you like it, appreciate it. So bye everybody.
So long.
Bye.
Gabe
See you
Hauser.
guys.
Farewell.
I was gonna end this thing with actually doing peanut butter jelly time, but for real, you be grateful that I didn't do that.
I am.
Grateful.
I mean, I suppose I unironically like most of those songs, so go for it.
I feel like we need to extend the episode so we can discuss this. Slicer, what?
Yeah.
All right.
No, there's a
Goodbye,
lot of,
everyone.
A lot of those really stupid songs, like "What Did the Fox Say" or whatever. I actually kind of like them. They're catchy. I have bad taste in music.
I think it's at this point we have to say thank you, Slicer, for being on the podcast. It's James, your last episode.
It's peanut butter jelly
This
time.
is my
Peanut butter
retirement
jelly.
from the Fandom Flux podcast. So I just announced it myself, apparently.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.